What is the number one most critical attribute behind the success of Einstein, Leonardo DaVinci, Steve Jobs, and Elon Musk? Let me get to that answer in a moment. But first of all, welcome from the Denver Center for Performing Arts, where we just wrapped up our Chief Executive Magazine Growth Summit, and hope you join us November 6th and 7th in Austin for our next. So what is that number one attribute? And by the way, we hosted Geoff Smart here, the author of Who really addressed what is the number one challenge companies are still having, even in this environment, and that is hiring the right talent. And this same attribute, he said, was critical to bring in to the interview process. And so to share what that is, let me tell a quick story. I want to take you to New Orleans, and a friend of mine, Lenny Lemoyne. Lenny founded and heads up a company, about $1 billion construction firm, and he's also very close friends with Walter Isaacson. You recognize him as the famous biographer behind those people I mentioned in the introduction. And Walter's had it, because of his friendship, has offered to do kind of a talk to a group of Lenny's friends after every book that he has published. And so after the Steve Jobs, Leonardo DaVinci and all, they finally came to the Elon Musk book. And in that session, one of the attendees said, "Look, Walter, is there any one attribute you found that was most critical among all of those that you have written about?" And he said, "It's funny you asked. I had just sat down recently and laid out a matrix. And of course, they all have this vision and big ideas and want to make a difference that's bigger than them. But a lot of people have that." He said, "What I discovered and decided is that the number one attribute is this relentless, intense, and almost random for anything curiosity. It's this intense curiosity. It was behind their creativity." And that was the very thing that Geoff said, that going into the interview, the single most important thing that you can do, and it's something that you can learn. It's a trait, an attribute that you can train yourself to have, and that is this kind of intense curiosity. And in fact, I've learned and practiced it in front of a mirror, that just looking in my eyes when I'm not having this intense curiosity, I kind of get wrapped up with myself as I am right now, versus I kind of turn it on and have this intense curiosity, if nothing else, to connect with you, then the candidate can sense that. They can sense that you're tuned in. And what's interesting is they're more likely to open up to you. And what's critical is when you hear particularly bad news, again, maintain that intense curiosity, which is, hey, well, tell me more. What happened next? And so if you want to really drive up the creativity, which is really going to be our only advantage over AI, is up your game around curiosity. But again, get in front of a mirror and watch how your eyes light up differently when you're not being intensely curious versus when you are, even with yourself. Keep scaling.